Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I got a couple things to say, but I'm going to run fairly quick as I've already recorded this thing twice, and it didn't seem to render properly. So I've already actually drawn a couple of lines. I don't normally draw them on the charts before doing a video, but frankly, I've drawn them twice, and I don't really want to do it again. So I'm just going to cover some of the highlights. It's going to be a really short video today, but I wanted to make sure that I got something out going on to a Friday as we are heading into the weekend. I had the pleasure last evening of spending some time with some great friends, and we were talking a lot about the markets, and one of them said, you know, I really like it when Charlie's on the video, so I'll make sure next week that we get Charlie back on, because you know a lot of people like hearing it when he jumps on. So let's take a look at our markets. You know, as far as the Nasdaq goes, I had talked yesterday about a potential breakdown below 2,700. That breakdown certainly did not come to fruition. We broke below, but then we did a little meh for a while before then rallying towards the end of the day and maintaining that rally in the overnight hours. Now, we've pulled back a fair amount from our high in the overnight hours, and we are showing a fair amount of weakness. If I look at this on a 15-minute time period, I believe that we're showing a little bit of weakness right here. If you're so inclined, I think you're going to get a decent little shorting opportunity on this today. I do like looking at this area down here for a potential reversal in the S&P. So I think we could get a potential reversal here in the S&P. However, knowing that it is a 15-minute chart, we got to go to a purple. I think that would be a decent place to get the pullback from into this little bit of a basing area here. Looking at the Nasdaq, you can see I've actually already highlighted that same area as this. I think we could get a little reversal here. You know, it's a fairly deep pullback though, so I wouldn't hold it for very long, especially what we've seen on Fridays. You know, there's been sell-offs the last two Fridays at the end of the day. Crude oil. A good friend of mine, John, sent me a text last night asking about this particular area. Sorry I didn't get back to you, brother. I am not in love with this area, and I'm not in love with this area for two reasons. Reason number one is that we spent a fair amount of time in here. Reason number two is this long upper wick. So this long upper wick, what that tells me is that price came up into here, was unable to hold, and came back down, which means that by going up from here, it was a reaction off of this little drop, right? But by coming back down into here, that's a retest of this area. So there might still be some opportunity in here, but I'd have to use a confirmation style entry. I think the higher probability entry is a bit lower right through here. Could be wrong on that one completely, but I think that seems to make sense and follow the rules. Gold, we've actually come back up over that falling trend line I talked a little bit about yesterday. So put in a bit of support in gold. I think that there's a good opportunity. You know, I like to look for these trend lines that get broken because that's sometimes where you'll see breakouts above resistance points. So I'm going to put this as a potential breakout above a resistance point right here. Because if we do break above here, I think that you can run at least for a 1-to-1, but I think it's better to run up to this 1264 region, which would be right about there. Bonds, Aussie, Euro, Canadian, not a ton to add here, except for that our bond position, we came into the level. Let's take a look at this. We talked about it yesterday. I had said yesterday that, you know, I'm not overly confident on it. You may want to take a slightly smaller position. And if you notice, it came in, did get what the activation would be, and then price has moved out of here fairly nicely. Now it's time to take our stop and move it down into this region here in order to lock in some profit. So hopefully you're able to catch that one. If you did, leave it in the comment section down below. But like I said, smaller position for me because it was lower probability. In the Aussie, we still have our reversal up here. Kind of nothing in there to take home and talk much about. Canadian dollar, talked about a potential breakout long here, and we did get a little move off of that breakout, and so it's kind of continuing that move higher right now off of that long breakout. Remember, your stop would have been down in here. At this point, I think it's safe to move your stop up to right underneath this area here to kind of lock in some profits or at least minimize some losses. And then in the euro, we had a level price came into our area and then completely blew right through it. So, of the 3 trades on this one screen, we got 2 of them that made entry for profit, and 1 of them that took a little bit of a loss, and you should take that to the bank, right? That's never a bad opportunity. So, looking at our Great British Pound, not a whole lot to add from there, as well as the Japanese yen. So, I will be back on Sunday with the weekend edition. Thanks so much, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Peace out. See ya.